And if we look at the tail of the tape, Aspinall, 22, 2 inches taller than his 26-year-old opponent. 3-0, he's on a real roll. And don't forget that amateur career. 8-2-0, Austin, very experienced, very dangerous. Aspinall's toughest test yet. So let's go to Buddy Johnson, our MC, to make the official announcement on this one.
Barclaycard Arena, Birmingham, England. We get ready for 3 5-minute rounds in the professional heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, an MMA fighter standing 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighing at 256.4 pounds. A flawless record of 3 wins, 0 losses, and 0 draws. Representing Team Kyle Bond from Wigan, England, Tom Aspinall. And his opponent standing across in the red corner. Also an MMA fighter standing 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighted at 227.4 pounds. An impressive record of 8 wins, 2 losses, and 0 draws. Representing Team Titan from London, England, Stuart He-Man Austin. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Mark Woodard.
So Chris, on paper, this one is a great matchup. You've got Stuart Austin looking to get right back on track, but in his way, a man who does not know defeat.
Stuart He-Man Austin looking to bring in a superhero performance tonight, but Tom Aspinall, the epitome of that pursuit of perfection, and what a wicked right round kick.
Yes, already backs Stuart up against the cage, walks him down, and a big right hand.
Nice stuff from Stuart Austin. He was backed away, and no doubt took that kick cleanly. That one landed, yeah, I was going to say, how long before the shot?
Yeah, he felt the kick, he felt the punching power, and I think he was wary of the way that he was really being walked down by Aspinall.
But a nice job in manhandling Aspinall to the floor. You know, he sort of big brothered him there against the cage. Aspinall was having his way on the feet and making a very educated decision with Stuart Austin and dropping there for that takedown. And nice control from Aspinall using that overhook. He is nasty off his back. I mean, he moves like a butterfly, but stings like a bee.
But good work here from Austin. It's the right tactic, putting pressure under Aspinall, who we saw, as we said, oh, look how he got up there, though, Chris.
Perfect hip escape. I mean, Austin was doing a good job trying to pin down the shoulders of Aspinall, but Aspinall only needed a moment's notice to get back up to his feet, and now it's Aspinall on the takedown assault here.
Yes, and let's see how Stuart Austin responds to this, because that's a very strong man looking to take you down here.
And a very experienced man on the grappling circuit. I mean, Aspinall is a high-level grappler. Who just got his brown belt, but one of the very best in his division in the UK, a champion in gi and no gi. So he's on the mat daily and coached by some of the very best.
And they break again, and it's upright, and immediately you see the way Aspinall walks Austin down.
Nice overhand right there. And some good punching going on here and clinch engagement afterwards from both of these two. It's a very calculated approach, and there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, Austin doing a good job against Aspinall, because Aspinall has walked through his first 3 opponents here. He's certainly not doing that to Stuart Austin.
Aspinall looking to get that big double leg takedown, and does so successfully here right in front of the commentary position, quite literally shaking the death's mouth.
And now he's throwing those big right hands. The He-Man Stuart Austin turning away. Oh, almost took the knee. And now Aspinall. This is what he does, Chris. He seems to keep the pressure on. He's a real pressure cooker fighter. He keeps it there. He keeps asking questions of you.
And a very holistic approach in MMA. Boy, I was going to say he's got such good Muay Thai experience with those knees and kicks, but He-Man Austin doing a good job of exhibiting some prowess there in the scramble and hitting that throw. Does so again here. Very nice stop.
Halfway through the round, Chris, and he's done a real good job against Tom Aspinall, as you said here. Very clever defense. He stayed calm. He's not taken he's taken the pressure really well.
And Austin showing off that he is a formidable force. You know, both fighters landing successful takedowns, but it's Austin here in half guard, looking to pass, and he's got 2 minutes to cause some damage. He can still take this round.
He needs it, doesn't he? He needs to really maximize his time here now. And he's going for it with the ground and pound, and you can hear the response.
And Stuart Austin, very determined here. Nice stuff, controlling Aspinall in that half guard and using good shoulder pressure. And you'll notice the way he forces Aspinall's face away from the shrimp.
Now,
and he
Chris,
uses forearm to do that there too.
That was virtually the halfway point that these fighters' fortunes changed in this round. He's got, if he can keep this up to the end, that makes it a real delicate balance, doesn't it? If he can keep this position in the last minute and a half.
Certainly the more effective grappling and certainly the more aggression as well. Aspinall a little bit flustered and frustrated here, and Austin doing a good job of maintaining solid top control.
Well, you mentioned the term control. It's Aspinall that is used to being in control in his professional career. He's perfect 3-0. He's gone through them like butter, and now he's having to really think and work in a defensive mode.
And he's arguably got the higher level grappling pedigree as well. Great guard recovery from Aspinall, but opts to close up for full guard. A couple of nice cheeky elbows in for good measure. But Austin's staying busy.
And the judges are that last minute now, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say the judges are gonna be taking a close look at this, and the dominance that he's displaying with those top control elbows, couple of short little movements, not showing too much. Armbar attempt from Aspinall. Now swap into the triangle. And a great sweep from Aspinall, but a good scramble in return from Austin.
And he comes back with the ground and pound to keep that pressure on into this last half minute.
And the big question there is, like, what do you score? Do you score the aggression and the offensive movements of Austin, or do you score Aspinall's counter? But it feel like that Austin able to end out ultimately on top. That's the difference, Malcolm.
Well, we're into that side the last 10 seconds. But you know what? Either way you look at this, and it's a tough one for the judges, this is close and a real test for Aspinall, as Austin's record would imply.
Yeah, both fighters exhibiting a ton of energy, but Austin, that classic Teen Titan background, hitting some nice takedowns and landing some good punches in between. And you can see Aspinall's early handiwork was good, but Austin shooting very successfully with that head inside single.
And here's where you think Aspinall might really start to take control again, isn't it? But it didn't really happen.
And it didn't phase Austin either. You know, Aspinall landed some very clean shots, certainly the most clean couple of leg kicks, but it was those nice, tiny throws, showing off that black belt in judo as Stuart Austin, and good top control all the way throughout. Judokas have such a strong top game, Malcolm, and Austin shows that off in spectacular fashion.
Well, that means for us, it's delicately poised going into round two. You can make an argument for either man, but for me, the defining moment of this, Chris, was that that round was almost divided right at the halfway point. So Aspinall has been asked questions here, Chris, and it'll be interesting to see how this second round develops now, because he's used to stopping his men early.
And Austin right back to that head inside single attack. And it's interesting to see how Austin has all those ingredients from his strength and conditioning regime. He knows what it's going to take to go possibly the distance with a tough character like Aspinall. And Aspinall making him work here, looking for that triangle.
Yes, as you said, very, very comfortable off his back, a brown belt. And it's, you know, Austin obviously showing confidence, but might be made to pay for it here.
And Austin cannot get complacent here. Very good. We always say 2 arms in or no arms in. And he had 1 arm in, and that was a danger zone.
Oh, now he smacks down with the elbows and the right hand again.
Great stuff from Stuart Austin, tying up and really mitigating the attack.
Well, you mentioned something beforehand, Chris. The frustration of Tom Aspinall for the first time probably in his career.
And it's often when you see a high-level judoka versus a high-level jiu-jitsu player, and where jiu-jitsu guys are good off their back, judokas feel real comfortable on top. And nice armbar attempt from Aspinall, but Austin having none of it, Malcolm.
Yes, he's been relentless here, and as you said, that cardio, a huge issue here, because both men have expended a lot of energy in this opening round and the early parts of the second round here.
But He-Man is ticking all of the boxes. You know, there's so many things going on in these little movements here, and the way he exhibits pressure, all these little tiny minuscule muscle movements. And he's displaying all-star winning power right now, and, you know, coming up to 3.5 minutes in, Austin is showing good success.
Aspinall there, though, little chopping elbows in defense.
But Austin looking for that pass, chooses to triangle up and figure 4 here in half guard.
And at the moment, Mark Woodard, our referee, keeping his distance, so he's happy with the work that Austin is doing here.
Without a doubt. I mean, I'm of the opinion if you can put a guy on his back and you can hold him there and keep him there and cause damage, work to improve position, so what? Tough. And Austin showing off just how to do that in MMA.
A nice transition there, creating the space for those right hands. What he's got to be wary of, though, knowing how good Aspinall is off his back.
Well, it's interesting to see Aspinall happy to chuck in those elbows. What he's looking for is for Stuart Austin to give a lazy defense, possibly give a little bit too much space. He'll stuff an arm for a triangle, possibly pull a little bit too deep and try to close in as a component. He'll take for an armbar. Aspinall's being patient, but the clock is running, Malcolm, and that is not on his side.
No, Austin has continued right throughout this second round the way he finished the first. And we're past the halfway mark of the round now, Chris, and Austin is still in that control.
I like how Austin's constantly adjusting his hips. You know, he keeps those in the perfect point to maintain heavy, heavy top pressure. You don't need a ton of strength to hold the guy down. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got to keep working, but if you can exhibit perfect textbook placement, it's a lot to deal with.
Up kick there from Aspinall. Austin looking to get back in the pocket there, went to jump, but Aspinall timed his defense perfectly.
Nice explosion from Aspinall.
Oh, this has suddenly turned it around with a minute and a half to go, Chris.
And a referee watching very closely. Aspinall throwing down death from above with these big punches.
You mentioned Aspinall looking for maybe a slight chink in Austin's armor, a slight lack of concentration, being patient. It's paying off now.
Massive shots, hammer fists, straight hands, and he's constantly pressing the action here with this ground and pound assault, Malcolm.
Yes, as you said, if he's waiting for the opportunity. It was the up kick came, and now Austin looking for the leg.
Oh, big heel hook attack from him.
He's done it! Austin has done it!
What a finish!
Austin has done it!
I'm telling you, Stuart Austin was out of it there. I could see his eyes searching for something, trying to find daylight. And Aspinall had him in dark territory, but Austin responded in spades. Unbelievable stuff. What a big win for the He-Man Austin. And let's take a look at the replay there. Man, what an up kick from Aspinall, and a good scramble in elevating Austin. Came around, spun out on top, and really threw it at him. Big right hands, hammer fist. But Austin was patient, stuck to his training, hooked onto that leg, and soldier boyed that thing, turning it all the way home. You'll notice the way he cranks that heel to the mat. That is a brilliant win for the He-Man, and a great comeback. It's Bama 21. And let's take another look at that angle. You can see the torque that He-Man was able to put on Aspinall. What a sensational performance. Unbelievable stuff and a great comeback. Cannot wait to see what comes next in this young man's career. Let's take things over to Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout ended 3 minutes 59 seconds of the second round. Your winner by heel hook in the red corner, Stuart He-Man Austin.
Stuart, not only have you gone back to winning ways, you've just ended an unbeaten career. That's a very tough young man. This is a great victory for you.
Tom's a monster. You can see when he's throwing his hands. I literally was just being so careful. I worked so hard. I am not fucking losing another fight. It is not happening. I'm here to take people out. I'm with Team Titan now. Them boys have taken me in.
Stuart, if we look at the replay there, you were in all sorts of trouble just before you pulled out the win.
To be honest, I wasn't hurt. I was blowing a bit, but I thought, I was listening to the referee. As soon as you can see, if you watch it carefully, as soon as he says to me, you got to work or something like that, I shifted. I knew I got to do something. Sometimes you got to be calm. Sometimes you got to know when not to attack. And when to attack.
Now, how did you feel the moment you felt that tap, you'd worked for it, and then to get that, and as I said, end an unbeaten career like that?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I didn't feel the tap, to be honest. I hope I haven't hurt his knee, which is a dangerous submission. I only saw when referee Mark jumped in, stopped the fight.
Well, what a great win. You're back on track. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your winner. What a great win, young man.